Ashley. So today I'm doing the Glam Drugstore / affordable makeup tutorial on this look. So if you like what you see, then keep on watching. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to start with is my Rimmel London Lasting Finish Primer. And I'm just going to pop it on with my hands because I find when the product's warmed up in my hands it just blends better on the face. So the foundation I'm going to be using today is the L'Oreal Paris Infallible 24-Hour Matte Foundation in Lemon Vanilla. And I'm just going to put it on the back of my hand and I'm just going to apply it with a buffing brush. This foundation used to be like my favourite foundation, like I was wearing it like every day and I just loved the finish of it. But I haven't used it in so long, so let's see how it goes. Mine this little mark on my head. It's a scar on my head because I basically infected a pimple and now it's left a dent in my head and I'm waiting for it to heal. So yeah, it's great. Because this is a glam look, I want this foundation to look really full coverage and this foundation does the job. Now the concealer I'm going to use is the Thin Lizzy concealer in Miss Fondita, and this isn't really a product that anyone talks about. But when I used to work at Priceline, I obviously tried every product there and I really like their mineral powdered foundations for every day, like if I'm at work or something. And then I tried the foundation and it is such high coverage foundation. I'm obsessed and I used to like sell it everyone because I loved it so much. I'm just going to apply it with my fingers under the eyes and then blend it with my beauty blender. I'm going to be popping it on my eyelids as well as a base for my eyeshadow. So I'm just going to use my beauty blender and blend it all in. Like if you see the coverage on my under eye, it is so good. Just look at the coverage that concealer gives, like it is so full coverage and it's not even that expensive. I'm going to be baking today and I'm going to use the Rimmel London Match Perfection loose powder. Before I do that, I'm just going to use the beauty blender again just to get any creases that they may have. Now I'm just going to put on my beauty blender and put it under my eyes. So I'm just going to let this sit here to bake, and now I'm going to use the Rimmel London Stay Matte powder in 001 Transparent, and I'm just going to use that to set the rest of my face. I used to be obsessed with this powder back when I was at high school. I just used to wear it every day and I got all my friends onto it. I don't normally use this powder to set my face anymore because I use ones that have coverage, but now using this again, I really like it. So I'm just going to dust off the baking now. So I really like this Rimmel London Match Perfection powder just because when I bake under my eyes it doesn't leave like an orange like cast under the eyes and it doesn't make it look funny when I bake, like it bakes really well, so I love that. So now for bronzing / contouring, I'm using the NYX Highlight and Contour Pro palette. And I used to be so obsessed with this. I used to use it all the time, but I haven't been grabbing it lately, so time to bring it back out today. So the colours I'm going to be using is these three here. I like to just blend mostly this one and this one together because that's a little bit cool tones, a little bit more orange. So when they're mixed together it looks really good. And if I'm like extra tanned or whatever, I use the one in the middle. I'm just going to use the one on the outsides. And now I'm just going to contour. And this powder formula just blends out like a dream, like they blend out so good. I'll just hit these colours down my nose too. Not too much, just so that it doesn't go missing. Oh my gosh, using these powders after so long has made me fall back in love with them again. Oh, this palette is literally so good. Like if you need a affordable contouring and highlighting palette, this is the one for you. And then with this palette as well, I'm going to take the banana shade out of here. I find it works so well under the eyes. It just helps brighten them and get rid of the dark circles because I have dark circles, even though like I'll put concealer on, you'll still see the dark circles too. So this palette also has two highlighting shades. It has this one and this one. I find it's a bit too white, but when you mix them together it works really well. But I'm not going to use it today, just if you wanted to know. And then the one in the middle there is just like a normal powder. So now for blush, I'm going to be using the Revlon 030 Bronze Glow. This is like those shimmer blocks. So like it has like the darker colours here that you could use basically like to bronze up the face, and then this one's like hard up there and have like the pinky shades as well. But I just like to mix my brush into it. And I use this normally like every day for my blush. I'm just going to apply it on the apples on my cheeks. So now for highlighter, I'm really excited for this step. I have the NYX highlighter palette. These are the colours here. So it has like lots of different types of shades of like purple, pinks, bronzy colours, champagne colours, and I'm really obsessed with that. Or I have the Colourpop highlighter in Lunch Money. So that's this one here. These highlighters aren't like a powdered highlighter. They're like cream. Well, it feels like more like a cushiony feeling, and then when you put it on the like your hand or your face or whatever, it feels like powder. And I find that it's hard to blend on the face. Sometimes it can move your foundation. But what I'm going to do today is I'm going to use this first, see how it goes. If it's not working that great, then I'll use the NYX highlighting palette. So even though this Colourpop highlighter isn't found in the drugstore, it's really affordable, and you can buy it on their website. They're like really cheap, so it's still affordable. So I'm just going to apply it with this brush and see how it goes. Where is it? So I'm not a fan of like cream highlighters. I prefer powder because I just find it easier to work with. That doesn't look that bad. So I'm going to go over the cream powder with the NYX highlighting powders because I'm just obsessed with highlighting, so I like to look really extra. What can you do? So I'm just going to take the colour on this side here. They don't have any names on the back, but it's like a champagne colour. So I'm just going to apply it with this fan brush. Oh, gorge. I love this NYX highlighting palette. Like if you need an affordable highlighter, this one is honestly amazing. Like this palette, you have so many options of what like highlighter you want to use, and they honestly work so well. Like they're like blinding highlighters. If you like a blinding highlighter, then you'll like this. So I'm just going to apply it on the brow bone as well, and obviously down the bridge of the nose. Can't forget Cupid's bow. Okay, so once that's all done, I'm going to now do my brows. I forgot what I was going to do. So I'm going to take the L'Oreal Paris Brow Artist Genius Kit in 02 Light to Medium. This is a brand new product. I've used it on clients, but I haven't used it on myself. So I decided to buy one for myself and see how I like it. Oh, that's cute. It comes like a little brush as well, but I'm going to be using my own today. So I'm just going to be using my angled brush. So I'm going to take that side there because it's going to be a little bit lighter. Oh wow, it's pigmented. So now that I fill my brows in, I'm just going to take the spoolie and brush the product through. So now that I've all brushed through, I'm going to take my Australis Tint My brow tint. It's the eyebrow like wax for it, and it's honestly my favourite. So my brows are all done and I'm loving how they look. I think this is like my new favourite product, that L'Oreal Brow Artist Powder. I could just do my brows so easily and I'm obsessed. So now for my eyes, I'm going to take my Morphe eyeshadow palette in 35K. So I know you can't buy this palette in the drugstore, but it is affordable. Like online, this was like $30 to $35 and you get like 30 shades, so it is quite affordable for such a big eyeshadow palette, because there's eyeshadow palettes that are in Sephora that are $100 and it's like half the palette size. So I really like this palette. I don't use those cool tone colours, I normally use like more of the warm tones, and they just blend out so good, and I'm just obsessed with this eyeshadow palette, so I thought I'll use it today to show you how well this works, and it is really affordable. So the first colour I'm going to be using is this colour up here. They don't have names, so I just have to point to them. Is this colour here. It's just like a peachy skin colour, and I'm just going to apply it all over my eyelid just to make sure it's really blended and it has a nice base before I start using darker colours. So the look that I'm going for today is a brown smoky eye. So I am going to be using more of the warmer tones today. So the colour I'm going to use for my crease is going to be this colour here, and it's more of a transition shade to start before I use the dark colours. So once I pop that colour on, I'm going to take the colour here. It's more of an orangey colour, and I'm just going to pop that in my crease now. So now I've put the crease colour in, I'm going to keep going darker. So I'm going to zoom you guys in just so you can have a closer look at it. Okay, so now it's all zoomed in, I'm going to take the colour, this one here, and it's just going to go a little bit lower than the crease. So it's just going to go, I'm going to put it on the outer V and then slowly bring it in. So I don't want to take it as high as the first colour because that's more like the transition. It's just going to stay in the crease. So I'm just going to keep blending out any harsher lines and just make it look really smoky. And I'm just going to take the first colour I used for the transition, just that one up here. And I'm just going to blend up the top just to blend out any harsher lines and just to blend the colours together. I'm just going to take this little brush now and I'm just going to take this colour here, that one right there, and I'm going to focus it just on the outer V. So all I'm going to do is just dab it on the outer V and not blend it up because I just want to focus it just on the outer V. I'm just going to blend the colours out. Now that I've got the desired look I want, I'm going to take the Colourpop eyeshadow in Millionaire, and it's a super shock eyeshadow. So this is what it looks like, and it feels like wet butter. I'll show you what it looks like on the back of my hand. So that's the colour there. It is so pretty. So I'm going to use my finger to apply this super shock eyeshadow just because I find because my fingers are warm, it just sits better on the eyelid. And the brush sometimes doesn't pick it all up. I'm just going to apply it on my finger. So now I'm going to take my Maybelline New York Hyper Wing eyeliner and I'm just going to do some wings. Okay, so now that my wings are all done, I'm going to apply some falsies, and these are just the Ardell Glamour Wispies. You can get them at Priceline and any real pharmacy, I'm pretty sure. And I'm just going to use the Ardell Lash Grip Eyelash Adhesive. Okay, so now that my lashes are popped on, I'm just going to add some eyeshadow on the bottom under my waterline, and I'm just going to use the orange colour here and just pop it underneath. So I'm just going to take that NYX highlighting palette again and just take the lighter shade and pop it in my inner corners. Okay, so now for the second last step, I'm going, oh, I didn't even pop mascara on. So I'm going to pop the Rimmel London mascara on in, it's called Wonderful, and it's mascara with argan oil. I haven't used it before, so I'm just going to coat this to blend my real lashes with the fake ones. Now I'm going to go and move on to my lips. So I'm going to use the NYX retractable lip liner in Natural, and I'm just going to line my lips. And the lipstick I'm going to be using today is the NYX Liquid Suede in 04 Soft Spoken. So I'm just going to apply this on my lips. I've used these before and I really like them because they're not like completely drying down, but they still look matte but don't look like crusty lips. So now that my lips are done, I'm going to apply the NYX Dewy Finish setting spray and just set my makeup all in place. So there we have it. This is the Glam Drugstore / affordable makeup tutorial. So if you like my videos, please like and subscribe and press the little bell down the bottom so you get notified when I post. So that's all I have for today, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! What?
You can say, hey, it's Ashley.
I told you I'm going to be doing that when my makeup's full glam. Ah! I told you when my makeup's all done.
I just did it for blooper material.
Oh, okay.
No, I didn't.
Okay. So I'm going to start again because you interrupted me. Today is a L'Oreal Paris Infallible. Fuck. Oh my god, can these flies fuck off? Get out. God. Get out. Because this foundation, I really can't speak today. All I can hear is flies. For fuck's sake. The coverage I can, I'm gonna sneeze. Which, genius, that's the word. Okay, so now I'm going to take this other brush and I'm going to add